Hello everybody and welcome to my 1000 day survival world tour. First, before we get into it, I want to say thank you so much for all the support recently. I really appreciate it. And with that, let's just go right into it. So the first build on our agenda today is this insane temple here. This was originally converted from a ocean monument, which I actually featured in one of my previous videos. This entire temple was completely replaced block by block from the original prismarine to this black stone here, and these bone block rib cages on the sides here were added in afterwards, along with this whole outside part. If you've seen that previous video, you'll know that this entire section and the entire wall around it was just sand. So as you can see, as we go through this soul sand area, we end up at the warped forest on this side of the skull, and then on the opposite side we have the crimson forest over here. Now if we fly up here above, we get a better view of this massive skull. This is a super cool thing. And I thought, once we had this rib cage in here, I think it just needed something more and more of a centerpiece besides this whole temple or monument. And if we actually go inside, as we travel along the spinal column of this monument, you can see that inside we have a working guardian farm. So we can actually just drop down here and I can show you. It is pretty productive. We get some full chests every once in a while. We got like this one with the prismarine shards. Anyways, there's not much to see down here. And we travel up this bubble elevator into the main section. Got our beacons shooting out there. Anyways, this is one of the coolest builds to just look at. I mean, just look at this thing. Now actually we can check out, if we go in this direction, the source of all those bone blocks from the rib cages from this mob farm here. This is just a general mob farm. You know, you can find a YouTube tutorial on this pretty easily. You can already see there are some mobs in there trying to get at me. This is where most of the bones came from. So you can see, as soon as you take something out, it's going to automatically fill up. And then we head over here to this completely custom handmade village. Actually, we're gonna head into this village through the oasis. The oasis is actually kind of the reason that this whole village is here. I mean, with water comes life. So essentially, all the village people based the town around this little oasis here, and as we walk through, we get a sense of the scale of this place. We walk directly into this bazaar. This is the market where everybody's trading their goods. We've got this completely custom desert temple here, and we've got, you know, the shipyard. This is where all the ships are made, along with all the houses where all the villagers live. In here we've got this whole storage area. This is a big warehouse where all the townspeople store all their ore and the shipments of goods from the far off lands. And inside here it actually does serve a purpose, a full sorting system, automatic sorting system, where you just place something inside this chest over here and it gets sorted into all those chests down there. Now if we head over to this section, we get the docks. And you know, they're unloading all the stuff from other ships that have passed through here. They're just trying to get caught up on some work. This is actually not supposed to be here. Let's get that out of the way. And we get this big galleon here. Look at this. So if we head inside, you can actually see, you know, it's got some chests and stuff on top, but inside you've got all the prismarine from the temple which we just looked at. So they're bringing that over to this village over here. And you can see they have this massive lighthouse over here. This is where all the ships, you know, they find their way through the misty hazes of the night. And in this area over here, you've got the military camp area. You can see this is where all the troops live. And of course this also does serve a little bit of a purpose too. Besides looking totally sick, it has a cactus farm, which, well, you know what a cactus farm does. So we can head out from here all the way to my original starter base. This is the very first base I ever made. It has a creeper here dedicated to all the times I was completely obliterated by them. And this is just a pig, because I like pigs. Anyways, we can hop past here. All these sheep have basically been here through the entire time I've been on this world. And you know, this is the first sorting system. It wasn't great. But we've got my favorite two animals here. We've got Bradford the bee and Hubert the fox over here. They're just chilling in there. And we've got our beacon. This place was actually just inspired by the chocolate room in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And now we're gonna head over to the other side of my house, where we have this little monument here. You know, I thought it'd be kind of fun to make a whole ocean monument in my backyard. There's not much inside, just thought it would look cool. And if we fly up above here, you can see that there's a little coral reef on the side next to it. Now we can head over to the cow pasture. You know, this is where all the cows live. Here they got a nice little area where they can graze and munch on some grass. And hopefully we'll be able to get the jump boost over here. Yeah, we can just hop that fence there. And you know, I just planted all these wheat fields. I really like the wheat fields, how they look. Actually, here's a windmill that just kind of stands over these fields. And we've got the stables over here because I really wanted some horses. And this just felt like the right place to store them and keep them. And now we can head all the way up into the sky, up to the honey farm. This whole island is home to this honey farm here. And if we go inside, I didn't really feel like filling the entire thing with stone, so it's hollowed out. It's got a cool little lava pool with an enchanting table hidden up here. Now let's just pop down to the bottom right here to this melon and pumpkin farm at the base of the floating island here. So there's actually kind of a story behind this. So when the villagers discovered jump boost, something went wrong in their studies or something, and they miscalculated. So this whole section rose out of the ground, got those falling bits there, and just caused general chaos in this whole world. That's why the jump boost was used on this area. So now we can head up through here, through some more wheat fields, which we can actually just pass through. You know, looks really nice, pretty calm and peaceful. And we can head over to this super smelter right here. This is where everything in the world is really smelted. If you go inside here, you got all the furnaces. And right next to it we have the map wall. So this is the temple we just took a look at in the beginning, and we've taken a look at this part. This is the village that we looked at with the oasis, and this is where the starter base is with my little ocean monument over there. Now we're gonna head over to this area, but first let's take a good look at my present base. This is, I moved over here because I wanted to be more with all the farm, more centered with the farms. So as you can see down here, we have a much better and more organized storage system. It's very satisfying. And we got Alfred the cat here. And you know, not to flex on anybody, but yeah, I got a couple diamonds. You know, I get around. Now we can head out onto the iron farm. Now I don't really use iron that much anymore because I got much better materials, so this is all kind of filled up with the iron golems that'll probably fall down. Yeah, look at that, there he is. Goodbye. Anyways, we can head over to the honeycomb farm. This is just a nice little bee sanctuary. You can head inside. It's kind of peaceful in here. You know, sit here, read a book or something. I don't know. And then you can go over to this spruce farm. Now the spruce farm, you plant all the trees there, and then you bone meal them up, and then you head up through this bubble elevator to the top and chop it all down. And now we can head directly into this big hole, which is actually the mine. So we got the mines on this side. You know, we even got going a bit into the sides there, and we've got a whole nother level down here about the exact same size. Actually, I probably should have used these stairs going down. Anyways, on the other side we have the slime farm. Now this is basically where all the slime in the world comes from, all that you could possibly ever want or need. Now you can just fly out here, or you can just take this bubble elevator and head over to this nice little wool farm. This is all the colored wools that you need. You know, it gets its fair share of wool. And here we have the village breeder. Now this it just looks really nice, honestly. And you got the villages inside there. And as you walk through here, you can notice all the nice trees, pretty much every tree in the game, leading up to this basalt farm here. So you know, you can turn that off and then just mine the basalt that you want, and it can end up in there. And this is where all the basalt to make the walls for the temple came from. Yes, I know, it's very, very grindy. And then we can head on through here towards the moss farm. It's also a bone meal farm. And there, Now we can head on through here to this little circle and take a short trip through this other field. I just really like fields. And once we head through these fields, you go up a short pathway and we can get to the castle, which we'll get to in a second. But first I want to show you this village, very much inspired by some old RPG games, and this also does serve a little bit of a purpose in this field. Let's see if I can find it. Aha! We've got a hidden dripstone farm down here, which gets its fair share of dripstone in case I need any. So once we head up through here, you can take a look at this nice little village and head on over to this, it's just tranquil little pool. It's got all these nice effects. I really like these particles that this flower produces, and I really like these floating candles here. It just makes it so magical in this area. And pretty much all these trees are custom. Almost none of them, actually none of them were really here before, and a large portion of them are custom. And as we go along this side, we can check out the church at the edge of the village. And you know, it has a really cool color scheme here with the amethyst and this nice chandelier here, and you know, you can just ring the spell. I don't know. Head on out. Now let's take a look at the main attraction, which is obviously, yep, you guessed it, the castle. Check this out. This was inspired by a castle built by smallish beans. Obviously that's on a little bit smaller scale, but look at that. And now why don't we head up over here, down, you can even fly down here onto the archway, and then fly up over it so we can get to this pathway right behind it. Once we head up this pathway, you can see something that took just a really long time, almost as long as this entire build. So here you got this part, and this is what I was talking about. All these villagers, oh my god, that took a long time. Anyways, you can head down past here, and here we have a fully automatic nether tree farm. You don't need an auto clicker for it, so you can just turn it on and then it'll use this TNT duplicator and just blow up the trees that are here. This was used, of course, for the part on the temple. And then as we go through here on this path, we can pass through this basalt region, which we already went through. We can head on over to the nether. And once we get through here, I can show you this. You know, it's a small little nether hub here with this tree connected to this nether portal. You can go this way and get to the end portal once you follow the path, and on this side you can get to the nether fortress at the end of the path. But what you really want to do is head up through this ladder and you make way into this middle ground and go up through it again where the bedrock is broken, and one direction goes to a pork chop farm and this direction goes up to the piglin farm. So this piglin farm took quite a long time to make, and oh my gosh, those rails are really loud. Okay. Here, I'll turn that down so you don't burst your eardrums. Alright. Now once you head up here, you have all these little piglins, and you can just take a shot at them. And they should get mad. There we go. And they'll all just fall right in, giving me tons and tons of XP. Oh yeah. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this, and I'll see you all again in the next one. Later.